The chilling email that Melania admits is real of her 1 year before she met Trump. We have a whole timeline from the New York Times back when it was accurate, because Trump was basically a Democrat and popular, and they reported on all the different gossip about him. Just a basically tabloid celebrity. He was a billionaire at that time. As everybody remembers watching on TV and reading the newspapers and People magazine, he was in the news every day. And so I talked to people that knew him, not just Roger Stone, who was his wingman in between divorces on double dates for 50-something years, but others. And we know Melania was a supermodel, and we know that she was involved in this stuff, but we investigated, and what we know, she didn't have sex with Epstein and you know, all the rest of it, but we knew they were holding that and dangling that, as I told you hundreds of times when nobody else was, as one of the main things Trump was pissed off about. But when you hear this email, and I bet there's more, because people are still ferreting through them, so I'll let you search them 10 at a time. There's 3+ million. Imagine what else the Israelis have, because Epstein was a super global gopher of the Rothschilds and a board member of the Trilateral Commission who was a stand-in for David Rockefeller. I didn't even realize how powerful he was. I thought he was just a super gopher. As these globalists got older, he became basically the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers in one. And it's incredible. And it's all in there. Israel groveling to him, British royalty groveling to him in the emails, Bill Gates groveling. So here she is talking about, oh, I had such a great time with you guys in Palm Springs, Florida. I had such a great time. Can't wait for you to take me there again. You're so amazing, Elaine. You're so beautiful. Now, this is the email that obviously the Israeli operatives and the globalist operatives is the first one they put out. You know there's more. You know this is blackmail of Trump. A day before she went public, not telling Trump, he confirms that. They put it in the press. She gets pissed and gets ahead of it and says, stop the cover-up, have an investigation, it's real. Contradicting her husband, the President of the United States of America. And of course, we know she's telling the truth because we got all the damn emails and witnesses. It's horrible. The pedophilia is the tip of the iceberg. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Cannibalism, murder, genetic engineering, cloning, wars, overthrowing governments. I mean, it's narcotics trafficking, weapons trafficking, human trafficking on a mass scale. He ran the CIA Air Force out of Ohio, going back to George W. Herbert Walker Bush in 1991. He's 30 years old. He's on the Trilateral Commission board, the main board. He's running with Bill Barr, the super CIA officer, two-time Attorney General, the CIA Evergreen Transportation Air America 2.0. I mean, it's all there. And I knew about a lot of it in his little air forces in the CIA, but I didn't know how big it was. Imagine what's in the emails they didn't release. 98%, the Justice Department says they didn't release. Only 3 million emails, only hundreds of thousands of photos, only thousands of videos. Imagine all the hundreds of hard drives, everything that are photographed by the FBI.
Why is she responding this strongly unless pressure is building? I mean, here's the thing. If it's nothing, why is it being released now? Is this the beginning of more emails? Her statement apparently came out of nowhere, reportedly without even telling Donald Trump. Something is off. I don't know. The timing is raising eyebrows, like why now? What's about to come out?
So, again, Trump would never let somebody get something over on him. He would never go to Russia and St. Petersburg and be pissed on. He's a clean freak. I know the inside baseball. I know Trump's sexual proclivities, all of it. I've got all the sources. Bombshell females, whole 9 yards. It leaked out in the news back in the 80s and 90s that he kept a townhouse to, keep whoever his girlfriend was in. I know the people that managed that for him. Trump got a little mad at him sometimes because they'd get into the cookie jar on his girlfriends. Trump sometimes had 4 or 5 girlfriends. And here's my message to Trump. Because all I can do is give you stream of consciousness to cover something like this. Because I don't have some aim. I don't have some goal. I don't have some Machiavellian plan. This is so big and so insane. I can just spill everything I know. And you can try to make of it what you will. But Trump would have up to 3 mistresses at a time in New York alone. And again, it's the same thing. 6 foot tall, bombshell, superpower women, totally intimidating. It's not kids he's into. So I know his MO. That's my MO. I want the full power, 1,000 horsepower woman. Some kid, absolutely zero attraction. Some 14-year-old girl. That's what Epstein liked, girls with braces. Ugh. Ugh. When I was 14, I wasn't shooting for that. I was shooting for the college girls. I knew what looked good. So the point is that I've defended him because I know the truth. But all his buddies, a bunch of them were screwing kids. And now by extension, he's covered it up. And so he's just as guilty as they are at the end of the day. And I've been saying that for months, and he's pissed off at me. Sorry, bro, I ain't signing on to Howard Lutnick, living next door to him at 9/11. He lived at 9, Epstein 11. And Lutnick running the insider trading on 9/11 on United American, the billions of bucks. His employees all die, he doesn't die. That one day he didn't go and take his kid to school. just like Larry Silverstein, the owner of the building. They got double insurance on terrorism the month before. They won't even use to give you terrorism insurance. On and on and on and on and on. And then at the Epstein Island repeatedly and living next, oh, I didn't even know him. Oh, I went there once, he was creepy, and that was it, and you're a liar. So we're not getting down in the sewage with you. And we love Kennedy, we love Gabber, we love the good you did, we love all this, but you made a big mistake. Now, the Democrats love this because you're covering it all up. Well, 99% of it's them. Boy, they really manipulated you. And then you got the Israelis that are clearly blackmailing, and that's coming out now. And your wife's smart. She's like, well, I wasn't involved in this. I'm out. I asked a question on X, the post for this live feed. I said, is Melania leaving him? Well, she certainly just contradicted him for the first time ever in an unannounced press conference he didn't know about. He confirms. What's that sound like to you? When your wife is in the White House press conference, speech, in front of all the press, contradicting you bigger than Dallas. She's just hit the ejection seat.
She says there's no connection, but what counts as a connection? Like if there's no connection, why did you guys attended all those parties? Her statements sound like accountability, but is it really accountability or deflection? I don't know. Is this damage control before something bigger drops?
She's like an F-18 pilot and a missile just hit the plane. She's like, eject. So all you idiots attacking me, saying, you get Qatari money, it's articles, you're going to go to jail. Ain't seen the Qatari money yet? You think you can buy me? I'm going to talk about that later. A few months before they sued me in 2017, this big Republican law firm that I was using to get reports to Trump, he'd say, well, give me a report, give me the facts. So this knock-knock, use this big law firm, the top Republican law firm, I'm not going to say the name. We'd like you to come meet with people that want to work with you and help you. This person's the head of a federal agency, this person's a such and such, and I'm like, oh, yeah. And you tend to think like the CIA is the top of it or the Pentagon. No, it's the FCC and the SEC and the State Department. That's the guys running it. Oh, we've got some officials here who'd like to meet with you. This is all off record. Do you agree? NDA, this is criminal. You're never. And I've had these meetings. They knew I'd met with Bilderberg Group members and other globals. So they said, yeah, I'll meet with you. As long as it's not criminal, I won't talk about it. But I'll be later. You'll talk about the details, but not the specifics. Okay, boom. How'd you get, by day 2, got up to $50 million a year to join them and work for them? And they said, listen, we really like you. You're really smart. We love you. You get all this. Just like Rothkopf did years before at the Kissinger Group in front of my producer. That wasn't off record, so I can talk about it. They said, how would you like this? And have a seat at the table. We won't do what you want all the time, but you'll be able to have input. That's how this works. You're going to be part of the council. You're going to be part of the superclass. Same speech Rothkopf gave me. And the richest man in the world at the time, they're like, well, this guy as well, he'd like to, $50 million. And I said, no. And they said, that's really not smart. You're about to be destroyed with lawsuits. And it was the CIA, FBI, we now know. And I said, I'm sorry, I just can't do it. So, okay. They said, all right, we respect that. Good luck. Then they start calling my family and confidants saying, hey, you should really, and without me knowing, come down and contact and meet with people in my circle trying to help me. So the idea that I have sold out for clicks so the media talks about me. It does nothing when I'm on every news channel. People see me and know who I am. Zombies watch that stuff. Zombies. I used to have Google alerts. I don't even do it anymore. And it would be like, the worst I ever saw was 36,000 articles one day. Now, that's APs in like every radio, TV station, newspaper. You know, so one AP be like 25,000 articles, or Reuters be 6,000, 7,000, but hundreds of independent new articles a day. Sometimes I'd go to the TV channels. You remember seeing it, 2017, 18, you know, I'd be on every channel, every news channel, because they saw me as the populace had to be destroyed, they didn't take the money. As a message to everybody else. And then I get to hear Trump say, I don't call him back, so he's mad at me. I could have him on my side if I wanted to, but I'm too busy with national and world affairs. Dude, you invited me to Mar-a-Lago and to the White House last year, and I said, oh, yeah, sure, okay. Oh, talk to this, okay, great, and didn't make the call. Didn't go. Because I don't want to sit there in a room with 20 people at dinner and have you pat me on the head and tell everybody how great I am. I really don't like that. I want victory over the globalist. I want to free humanity. That is what excites. I want war on tyranny. I have boiling blood. I'm a warrior. This is my mission. It's my pedigree. It's in my blood. Not being a sycophant in a king's court. I'm on the front lines, not in some Sun King's court, seeing who can kiss ass the most and steal the most money. If I wanted that, I'd have had all that. I'm not Judas Iscariot. If you want to use a biblical example, I'm John the Baptist in the global revolution and awakening. That's my, and even the left and the Rockefeller Foundation years ago, it was in the Newsweek and stuff when it was big, and then even Rockefeller Foundation, they said, this guy's got to be stopped. Like 15 years ago, they go, he is like the John the Baptist of the Tea Party, radicalizing them. And when I read those reports later, not just in the news, but in, you know, Rockefeller Foundation stuff, it's public, and I was just like, I was so proud of that. I was like, oh my God. That's how smart they are. They're smart. So I love all these lightweights, Johnny-come-lately nobodies come along and say that I am on a Qatari payroll and need to be put in prison with no evidence. Before I was a Russian agent. Yeah, I could get on an airplane, go to Russia and say 50 million a year, and they'd put me in as a propaganda head, and I'd sit there. I can't do that. Yeah, no, I've had letterhead from Vladimir Putin signed. Full authorization, total